Another week, another case of government gone wild. Today, the Senate is hotly debating a $60 billion relief bill for Hurricane Sandy. Sounds good, right? But outraged critics say it is loaded with hundreds of millions of dollars in pork barrel projects totally unrelated to the storm. Joining me now is Matt Mayer, visiting fellow with the Heritage Foundation. Matt, welcome back to the show. What's the most egregious thing you saw in here?
I think probably the $150 million for fisheries out in Alaska.
I mean, in fairness, it was for Alaska and other places as well, but it begs the question, why in this bill would you be spending any money on fisheries in Alaska when you have people in Staten Island that are still homeless?
Yeah, I mean, that's part of the problem with the federal government is it always overreaches in these kinds of events by adding lots of stuff onto the Christmas tree that really isn't needed.
Well, is it needed to get something done? I mean, you know, a lot of people say this is the system, this is our system, it's not perfect, but it's the best one out here, and this is how it works. And when I see that the Department of Justice Inspector General gets a new car in this bill, I wonder, was his car ruined in Hurricane Sandy, or is this just an add-on?
Well, you know, look, I mean, this is the kind of behavior that has gotten us into the fiscal problems we face as a nation, which is let's just spend money on stuff because we think we need it versus do we really need it? And, you know, for that kind of a spending issue, it seems to me the right place for that is in an appropriation bill next year, not in a bill that is aimed to help victims right now deal with a real tragic event in Connecticut, New York, and New Jersey.
So is there anything that can be done to this particular bill to strip it down? Because, you know, I don't want to stand in the way of helping people that are really hurting. But at the same time, it would irk me to no end. I mean, $2 million to repair the Smithsonian's roof in D.C.
Right.
Was it damaged by Hurricane Sandy? And is that more important than, you know, helping people again whose whole lives have been destroyed?
Yeah, I mean, the way to deal with this is to strip out all of this spending that is targeted to federal assets and facilities and really focus on the things that the money that should go to victims, businesses, state and local governments in the impacted area. And really, because those are the things we're talking about, transportation repairs, debris removal, aid to victims. That's the stuff that we need to focus on, not all this other stuff that just can be put in an appropriation bill next year if the Obama administration thinks it's important enough.
Or not. I mean, a lot of it just shouldn't be done at all. Where does the bill go from here? Do you think it's going to get passed and these things are going to happen whether it irks us or not?
No, I mean, I think they're gonna strip some stuff out of here and debate a lot. And what we need to have them do is focus on the debate of about $15 billion that is going to the categories I just talked about. And so if they do that, I think we can get money into the hands of the folks that really need it and get this thing moving forward, rather than try to lard it up with a bunch of gratuitous spending.
Is there a law we could pass against lard? Is there someone that could run for office that could say my whole issue is going to be I'm going to stop this nonsense? I mean, is there any way to stop this?
Well, unfortunately, a party of one doesn't get much done in a place like Washington. What you need is really the grassroots to rise up across this country and say, you know, we've had enough. We're broke. You're spending money we don't have. Let's get serious about this and knock off all these Christmas tree type bill approaches.
Yeah. All right. Matt Mayer, thanks for coming on, breaking it down for us.
Thanks for having me.
Next on Money, it could be the answer to all of your airline travel